2018 is almost behind us, and there were many different big stories this year in the East, from learning about new developments in the death of Mariah Woods to the historic local midterm elections. WNCT's Connor Kick has a look back at this year's biggest local headlines.
This past year was an eventful one we won't forget. Here's a look at our top stories from 2018. We rang in the new year with celebration and snow, and lots of it. We saw inches of snow across the east, causing multiple delays and cancellations from schools, workplaces, and government offices. Also in January, we learned what happened to 3-year-old Mariah Woods out of Jacksonville. The stay-in boyfriend of Mariah's mother, Earl Kimry, was charged in her death after she was found in a river not far from her home. Kimry is still awaiting trial and had pled not guilty.
We expect you to educate them. We expect you to support them.
Moving to education, teachers from all across North Carolina gathered in Raleigh to protest for basic teacher rights.
I hope they take away the understanding that students deserve more and teachers can't give more.
They marched up and down the streets of the capital city demanding for more funding for education and higher wages. No major changes have occurred. Speaking of education, ECU Greek life found itself in the center of controversy as several fraternities and sororities were suspended or evicted from campus. The reasons stemming from hazing to school code of conduct violations and drug charges. The university now has a task force to promote accountability among Greek life organizations. Also at ECU, we saw major shifts in the athletics department. After another struggling year on the football field, ECU decided to let go Jeff Comfer as their athletic director. And just a week before the last regular season game, ECU Athletics fired head coach Scotty Montgomery.
I don't think it was a shock to anybody.
Mike Houston replaces Montgomery as head coach, and John Gilbert was named the new athletic director. Eastern North Carolina is known for its weather events, and on top of the snow, we saw powerful rip currents off the Crystal Coast. As people ignored the red flags at the lifeguard stands, these currents were the causes for multiple deaths.
I think people tend to not understand how much of a risk it really is. And if you look back at all the weather-related fatalities that this area experiences, rip currents would be the #1.
And we're still feeling the effects from Hurricane Florence, a large hurricane that hit our southern counties in mid-September. From flooding and destruction from the winds, the aftermath will still be felt for months to come. In politics, we saw some historic elections. For the first time in North Carolina history, an African-American woman was elected into a sheriff role. Paula Dans is the first sheriff in almost a decade in Pitt County.
You can do anything that you want to do, so I'm so happy to be leading the way and hoping to create some pathways that will make it easier for girls.
2018 politics didn't come without some drama, one of which surrounding City Councilwoman Candy Smith, who has a lawsuit pending against her for allegedly having a hand in firing 3 Greenville police officers. 2018 was jam-packed full of news, and 9 on Your Side was proud to present them to you. We hope that you stay part of our family for the 2019 year. Reporting in Greenville, I'm Connor Kick.